Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Reading the Toy Story with me, your weird friend, Audrey. Today we're going to be reading the story called The Twins Walk with a Woolly Mammoth, I think. Yes, this is the front. Let me introduce you to the people. There's Mom, Dad. Mom is Professor Penelope. Dad is Professor Pablo. Big twins, Asha and Alfie. Little twins are Ted and Tulip. Let's open it. Beautiful cut. Wow, this is a beautiful color. Previously, we read this story. We watched the other video. This story is very cool. There's like literally facts. We also read both of these stories too. Yes. Put these aside because we're not going to be reading these today. So let's open this book. The Twins Walk with a Woolly Mammoth. There are 5 squirrels, ground squirrels in this book, and you find them all. We'll do it in the end of the video like we always do. The first book I missed it. I missed those challenge. It told me to find like 8 fish. Wait. What? Okay, never mind. I'm not going to spoil it for myself. First up.
This book is called what?
It's like almost the same from the first. Like the first part, the snow gleamed and dazzled as the sun glinted off the ice. The Treetop family has taken their mind machine back 20,000 years to the Ice Age North America. Treetop family was on skis, and although the sun was shining, it was still absolutely freezing. I really think you should be wearing your gloves, Ted, said Professor Pablo. I'm like a woolly mammoth. I don't feel the cold, shivered Ted, who hated wearing his gloves. In fact, his fingers were feeling a little chilly now, so he reluctantly put them on. The Treetop family had been looking for woolly mammoths for 3 or 4 days, but they still hadn't found any. Suddenly, Alfie, skiing a little in front of others, spotted a large herd of them. Woolly mammoths! Shouted Alfie, pointing ahead. The woolly mammoths were standing still in a wide snow plain just below them. The Treetop family skied down and hid behind a large rock so they could observe the creatures without disturbing them. The woolly mammoths were about as big as African elephants, and they really are very hairy. What are they doing with their tusks? asked Tulip. The mammoths were using their tusks like giant snowballs to shovel away the snow. How fascinating, said Professor Pablo. They're getting rid of the snow so they can reach the grass underneath to eat it. They watched as one of the creatures delicately twisted up the grass she had uncovered and put it in her mouth. There was something unusual about the mammoth's trunk. About a third of the way down, there were 2 flaps of skin like a cobra's hood. They just look like mittens, said Tulip. Tulip was wondering what they were for when the woolly mammoth reached out and made a snowball, tucked one inside the flaps. When she took the snowball out again, the snow had turned into water and she spouted the water out into her baby's mouth. All the lake and ponds have turned into ice, explained Professor Pablo. Professor Penelope. But this way, mammoths can make water out of snow. And they also use their mittens to keep tips of the trunk warm, to keep the tips of their trunks warm when it's freezing cold. Just then, Alfie noticed something moving behind a big rock. Something had been lurking, watching them all along. A saber-toothed cat, shouted Alfie, jumping out of their hiding place and was waving his hand around in excitement. The saber-toothed cat started charging, but it wasn't the woolly mammoth it was charging towards. It was a Treetop family's. Ski down, shouted Professor Penelope and the Treetop family. Pointed their skis down a nearby hillside, flew across the snow, leaving the saber-toothed cat far behind. The creature was very surprised to see them shooting away so quickly. It had met humans before, but never ones on skis. Oh dear, said Alfie in dismay. Now we're at the bottom in the hill, and it's going to take a long climb to back up again. At least we'll get warm doing all the exercise, said Professor Pablo, and it was worth to get a good close look at the woolly mammoth. Nighttime, in the cave where the Treetop family had made their home. Professor Penelope and the Professor Pablo were watching the stars from the cave entrance. Asher and Alfie were reading books by the warmth of the campfire, and Tulip was drawing a picture of a woolly mammoth. What are you doing, Ted? Asked Tulip. Ted was seeing if he could turn the snowball into drinking water like the woolly mammoth, but all he was doing was making his gloves wet. It takes practice to be a woolly mammoth. You can't just learn it, and you can't learn to do it. You can't learn to do that sort of thing just one day. The end. Asha's, it's time to read some facts from Asha. Woolly mammoths were about the size of African elephants. Second fact, they had flaps on their skin on their trunks called mittens, what they used to warm the tips of their trunks and turn snow into water. They used their tusks to shovel snow to eat the grass beneath. Now it's time to find the squirrels. Do you see a squirrel?
Yes.
Where
No.
is it? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I found this one. It's over here.
Second, flip. Do you see a squirrel?
There's another one over
Let
there.
me see. Wow, these fast. Third page. Do you see a squirrel?
No.
You found two, right? Okay, this.
I don't think I found any.
Let me see. There's none. You found two so far. Do you see any?
No, I don't think so. You found any?
Nah. I found one.
Yeah, at the back of the baby elephant. A mammoth.
That's not a. That's a woolly mammoth. You have found three.
No, I didn't see any.
You sure?
Sure. Yeah, I found another one.
4. Oh yeah. The fifth one we haven't found it yet, so let's keep going.
No.
You're sure about that?
No.
That's the end of the book. But you're supposed to find like 5.
Really?
Yeah.
And then I
It
missed
said
one.
5.
Maybe I missed one of those.
Let me just check again. Oh, I think I know where the 5th one is.
Where?
Here.
Oh, okay.
Bye guys, see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give us a big thumbs up. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. We want 1 million subscribers. Press the subscribe button. We'll see you all next time, but stay tuned. Our next videos are coming out soon. Bye.